learning how to sew with a pretty uniquely Tasmanian product recently. And look, if I told you it was wool, I wonder if you'd imagine those thick, woolly, slightly scratchy jumpers and beanies from childhood for those days in Tassie when you can't feel your nose. This is not actually quite right. In fact, not at all. Fred Hooper went along to a sewing group recently to find out how this all came together.
They start the sewing and stitching, and then first the right side, when I start sewing, and then other.
Yes, my name is Gabriela Zampini, and I'm the project coordinator of the sewing program from Maghreb Resource Centre North.
How did it start? Like, where did this come from?
Well, we wanted to put together an activity that will engage women, and most women love sewing. So when we put it out and asked them, what is that would you like to do? They say, we would like to do sewing. And most of them have a sewing machine, so that's how it started, out of their interest. And it started as a small group that they come with their own sewing machines, and we got a lot of fabrics donated by different organizations, and then that's how it started.
Yeah. And how have you found personally, like, you know, in here today, there's quite a few people, and it's quite a sort of busy place at the moment. Did you pick up things that you didn't know about it, sort of Afghan culture and sewing that go hand in hand, for example?
Because I work for different programs in Maghreb Resource Centre North, I've been in contact with the Afghan community for quite a long time now, over almost 2 years. So I've been involved with them in different programs, so I sort of knew what they wanted to do. So it's almost like a continuation of different programs with that I've done previously with them.
That's beautiful. G'day, I'm Mark Munnings, founder of Breathe Velo.
Mark, where did the sort of idea behind, I suppose it's a, what would you call it, a sewing group, essentially what we're doing today here?
Yeah, the Migrant Resource Centre in Launceston had organised this group of migrant women to come together to be able to do some sewing. It's been a great sort of social gathering for them, and a wonderful opportunity for them to get to hang out with each other, support each other, and learn some new skills.
And you're sort of, I guess, supplied the sort of merino fabric for the ladies to use as well?
Yeah, so we make a premium merino cycle clothing here in Tasmania, and we had some spare merino fabric left over, and heard about the project that the ladies were working on here and wanted to get involved in some ways. Got to come up and meet the ladies and developed a little bit of a project making some neck warmers together, using that material.
The fabric that you've sort of donated, what would happen to that if it wasn't coming here? What happens to those sort of offcuts essentially? Is that what they are? Or?
Yeah, they're the ends of rolls that we, products that have been discontinued or lines that have been discontinued for us. So we've been exploring a few ways of using that fabric so that it doesn't go to waste. It's such a beautiful material. It's an expensive material. It costs us around about $25 a metre to purchase the material. So it's not something we want to waste in our business. And the ladies wouldn't have had any experience here of sewing with merino before, so it was a great opportunity for them to learn some of the skills that you need to sew that super fine stretch fabric, which they seem to have enjoyed. They've all got these traumatic stories of their journey here to Australia, and they come together in this place and they giggle and they laugh. They're really willing to learn. They're super supportive and caring and friendly, and it's just been a real privilege to spend time with them and to get to know them a little bit along the way. I've learned 1 or 2 Afghani words, but yeah.
You're brave enough to demonstrate?
No, just the kui that we call the product is actually an Afghani word it means coming from the mountain, or it belongs to the mountain, which it ended up being a great name for a neck warmer made in Tasmania.
Hi, my name is Droba Nurwasi. I am from Afghanistan, and I am this project sewing the neck stuff for sport. and I had experienced some sewing past life and make clothes, the simple clothes. I had also some WFG Women's Shoe Group help for sewing bags. So, and this year when I had to make the mask and in holiday time, and I really enjoyed this project and really excited.
People have said that you're a bit of an expert on the sewing machine. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I really happy to find a job sewing. Yeah.
Have you ever used a material like this before that we're using, the merino wool?
Yeah, I use this program. Never use this fabric when I first start this project and start sewing the merino fabric.
My name is Habiba. I come from Afghanistan.
Have you ever sewed with or worked with a material like merino wool before?
No.
Yeah. And what is it like for you to work with at the moment?
We come as a Welsh staff, but we are on Cuba.
Yeah, it was actually really hard to find out how to sew them, but now when we found it out, it's really easy.
What does sewing mean to you in your culture where you come from in Afghanistan? What does it mean?
خیاطی به خاطر که من خیلی دوست دارم برای لباس دوختن برای
Sewing is my favorite hobbies or things to do, because I would like to sew dresses and anything I can.
The ladies were learning some new sewing skills, but they also wanted to raise some money to help purchase new machines. And you've seen today, we've had 3 ladies come in and they've all used machines that they've never used before. All the machines are different. There's some quite vintage models here. We're currently sewing on plastic tables. So with some limited sewing skills and some dodgy machines and some dodgy tables, the ladies have done an amazing job to produce what they've done at the moment. So the funds that we raise from the sale of the Kui neck warmers will go into purchasing some new machines and also to purchase some more materials for the ladies to be able to keep doing their next projects, whatever they sort of move on to from here after the neck warmers. So that's the goal, is to raise some funds with these purchases.
And that was Mark Munnings from Breathe Yellow, explaining how their offcuts have become very helpful for the local Launceston Afghan community. It is 6 to 6 P with you on Drive, and we have been talking about schools